Well, hello, Bumblebees. Thank you for being here today. In this episode, one more episode for the podcast and YouTube channel, Cafecito with Bibi. I am your host, Bibi. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about affirmations. So I know it is a lot of oh my gosh, something in my eye. Yes, today's topic is about affirmations, and I know there's a lot of different information out there. I'm just gonna share the way I feel the affirmations work. And if this is something that resonates with you, then go ahead and use the tools that I'm gonna give you. But yeah, feel free to disregard. This is something that doesn't resonate with you. It is fine. You can totally follow something else. I'm okay with that. I just want you to have the information as well from my point of view and what has worked for me as well. So anyway, so let's dive in. But before, I just want to remind you that I still have the giveaway contest for the month. So if you will be so kind to leave a review on the podcast, Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and leave your positive review, send me the screenshot and send that to hello at the mindfultasksacademy.com so you can participate on the contest for the $25 giveaway gift card. It's gonna be delivered via email for Amazon. So and other than that, notice the announcement. Let me continue. So let's talk about affirmations today. And if I turn this way, it's because I have my notes in the other side. So there has been a question that has been going on around the media, the social medias, or that's something that I have also received as a question in within my community. If affirmations actually work, do they actually work? So the short answer I'm gonna give you is that absolutely they do work, and it's something that I have experienced myself. Because at the end of the days, I have always said that your financial situation, in order for you to accomplish the goals, you have to first change your mindset and embodying the type of person you want to become, and to that related goal that you want depends on the goal that you want financially. So yes, absolutely they do work. So let me explain why. So affirmations are actually declarations of truth, or in the biblical terms, is a prayer that is a declaration of a prayer, or is a prayer that has already received. So yes, of course they do work. So basically, what you are doing is that you are gaslighting yourself or gaslighting your mind. In this case, is the subconscious mind into believing that what you're declaring you have already received it. So now, however, for this affirmation to work, remember my last episode, not the last, but some of the episodes where I talk about the RAS. So we do have a filter in our between our conscious mind and our subconscious mind, and that filter, like I mentioned before, is the RAS. So that blocks the affirmations from going from your conscious mind. That means that you're, like, right now you're watching this, you're listening to this, you are conscious about this, about what is happening. So in order to go to your subconscious mind, right, it has to pass that filter, and that filter is actually what is the true belief about something that is the reality, right? So why these affirmations filter out from the subconscious, from the conscious to the subconscious mind? Well, many of the reasons, or to explain the factor behind this phenomenal phenomenal tool, I'm sorry, this phenomenal tool is one of them is that the reality that you are seeing, so probably you're telling yourself something but it's not your reality, so then therefore you're blocking it, or the lack of belief or faith that that can actually happen to you, those things are the filters that are blocking from that affirmation, that declaration that you are saying from the conscious to the subconscious. So therefore, that's when the limiting beliefs also are happen, and that is the main reason why we have the limiting beliefs, and that is what is blocking you from having the reality that you want. So let me explain an example right now. There's a very popular affirmation that is I'm a millionaire, right? And that is the most common the most common thing, the most common affirmation we all want, and we all want to become millionaires. Now, if you're listening to this, or you're watching this, and you're like, you know what, that's not what I really want. That's not what I truly want. Then I beg to differ, because well, you are listening to this podcast, or you watching this YouTube channel because there's something that you would like to change in your financial story. So I already have stated that it's all about the mindset. So you really are trying to learn about changing your mindset around money, and then maybe you thinking outside that no, that's not what you want, that's not, you don't want to become a millionaire, but you're watching this, so your subconscious mind already filtered out that information to put it available for you, because you want to change that reality, you do want it. And if you continue to disregard that as something that you want, and you continue to say no, I don't want to become a millionaire, I don't care about how much money do I have in my retirement account, I don't care if I don't have the money that I need in order to retire well without struggles, you know, then that's fine. That is gonna be the reality that you will have once you get to your retirement age. However, if you have seen your parents, or maybe your grandparents, or someone that took care of you, is struggling um, financially after retirement, or during the retirement years, because they probably didn't save enough, or they just relying on social security. And let me tell you, you already know social security, it is not reliable, and it's really not a lot of money that you receive, honestly. So that is basically is. So if you see those people that you love and care struggling, there's something in your subconscious is telling you that you don't want that struggle. You want to change that. So if the outside, now you're gaslighting yourself, right? So if you continue to say that to yourself, that yes, you rather struggle, or you don't want to become a millionaire, then that will become at the end the end goal for you. But if you truly want to change that, then that's why you're here. Anyways, so you are doing what you are doing right now at this moment. You're receiving this information for on mindset approach to change that, right? So you already here, so you already know that you want to change that. So now let's take some action, right? So it's all about not just changing the mindset, but also taking some action about that. So to gaslight your subconscious mind with affirmations, there are other ways, not just affirmations. They call it the self-talk or rampages. It has different names, but of course, whichever option that you choose, it totally works. And I also have rampage audios on my community, free community. So if you want to join, of course, I'm gonna I show you some others as well in there, not just affirmations. And affirmations is not just about who you want to become, but also about the things that you are grateful for, right? When you say I am grateful for something, then it becomes an affirmation. So right now we're gonna dive into affirmations. We're gonna leave the self-talk and rampage for another episode, but let's dive into affirmations. So most likely you heard other coaches talking about It's not okay to do the fake it until you make it. Now, I'm not sure how those coaches have had immersions before in their life, and an immersion is something that you really dive deep and you really expose yourself to radical changes in your life, and that is something that happened to me when I was in the military. So that was my experience. That was completely my experience in the military. I had a total and full immersion, and it was a completely cultural shock for me. So I gotta say that for me it did work. It does work. The fake it until you make it. However, it's just that I went through different military trainings with this belief that it wasn't even mine. That someone actually told me that I was not gonna make it because I'm a woman. I was not gonna make it because I'm not physical fit, and I was super super skinny, and that I was not gonna make it because I'm not a morning person, or I wasn't. Now I have become a morning person. See, I became another person. I became someone else, right? But during the training, every time those thoughts arrive to me that I'm not gonna make it, this is too hard, or everybody was right, then something inside of me, I knew that this is something that I wanted. So I started literally gaslighting myself into, yes, of course I can make it, of course I can do this, one more mile, it's okay. uh, I am totally up for it. And I always show up to in the mornings for what they call it PT, physical training. I always show up with the emotions that, yes, I can do it. I was driving from my house to the unit where we were meeting in the mornings, telling myself that yes, of course I can do it. I already knew we were having a long run, or a run, or whatever it is, push-ups, or whatever it was, the training at the moment, or the PT exam, or whatever. I will be telling myself that yes, of course I can do this. I was born for this. Of course it is me. This is what I meant to do, etc., etc. So I continue to um, talk myself into it and saying those affirmations into myself. So, and guess what happened? I actually graduated from different trainings, from basic training, AIT, and urban school. So yes, of course it helped me, and obviously through my unit and deployment, etc. So now, let me clarify that although that was my inner conversations, it doesn't mean that I was faking the feelings of feeling tired, of feeling not enough. I was not faking that, but what was happening is that I was giving myself permission to feel that way and to work through that. So so really it was about me giving myself permission for that. So once I give myself that permission, I start pushing through, and I start telling myself that until it happened. So what do I mean by this? The affirmations can work if you do the inner work, right? The giving permission, the whatever. So the inner work is, what are the feelings that you're feeling? So do you believe that saying an affirmation is completely BS? If they feel like a negative way, or not possible, then you have to be completely honest to yourself, and ask yourself the questions: what do I really want to accomplish in my financial life, right? What things or thoughts, or what is the conversations in my family, in society, in whatever group that I belong to. It can be religion, it can be whatever other group. So the people around you, right? What are the conversations that they having around money? Is those conversations are teaching me what do I believe is possible, and what I want to become? Or is it is it really what I want to accomplish? What they saying? Is it, if your circle or your family or your story or whatever, is it really what you want to accomplish? Or what can you say um, to myself that it feels possible? So what are the things that I can say to myself that it feels that this is possible for me to happen? So I'm going to teach you a technique right now that you can use. Of course, the questions that I give you, I'm going to put it on the description. The questions is kind of like a journal thing that you can do as well. So I'm going to put them on the description, so you don't have to go back to the audio. You just grab them from there because it's like journal things. But this is a technique that I'm going to show you that it worked for me. However, if you feel that this is not for you, that's fine. Like I said, so what is speaking to you right now, right? What is your gut is telling you about this technique? So listen to it, and if it's something that you can get on the train with it, then go ahead and use it. So the technique that I used before is that I start noticing my current investments, right? So once I start noticing my current investments, I realized that technique that I was telling myself, it actually worked to grow my investment account. So I was literally gaslighting myself into this. So I started telling myself I am a millionaire. And of course, at the beginning, I had that inner voice that this is bullshit. Of course, you're not. And it felt resentful. So when you have an inner voice that it feels like a negative talk, that it feels resentful, then that is the ego talking to you. It's not really your higher self. It's not really coming from the divine. It's really just the ego. So I start feeling like, oh, that is such a BS. Who told you that? So then I started seeing myself as another person who I truly love, who I truly care, and what will I be telling to this person? So in this case, it's my future self telling myself, my present self, right? About things that okay, I love you and I care for you and I appreciate you, so I want the best for you. So we're gonna my future self, the millionaire, is talking to me in the present self, and it's like, okay, so let me tell you something that maybe you don't know, but you do have the skills, you do have the knowledge, and you do have the open mind to carry those skills and that knowledge, and you're a caring person. Therefore, I am a millionaire, right? So that was the technique basically. So it's a short affirmation that it keeps that it keeps getting rejected because it doesn't feel truth that I am a millionaire. So so if it doesn't feel like that you are in that game, so okay, so then I start using this statement as an telling yourself the reason why it's true. So because I am this, because I have this, because I can create this, because I can do this, because I am enough, because I am supported by divine, or whatever it relates to you, blah blah blah, whatever, then therefore I am this. So and that's what I was doing to myself. I was telling myself that I am capable, I am enough, I have the skills, therefore I am a millionaire, right? So that's when I start telling myself that, I start feeling that I was gaslighting, and I start noticing that I learned new skills for my investments, and I was open to it, and definitely as my investments start growing, and of course, I mean, now I see that is more possible for me as I'm getting closer to that goal. So um, so start repeating affirmations to you in those statements a few times during the day. You can even put an alarm if you want to in your phone, but an alarm that is like super cool, like not something that is annoying. Some whatever it is, or maybe like if you have the Apple Watch, or the whatever watch that you have that maybe has like an alarm that it can just vibrate in your wrist, that is fine. But repeat that affirmation in that in that section into because of this, and because of this that I am, this that I have, this that I can, this that I have created already, then therefore I am this. If you do it in that way, then you're gonna start gaslighting yourself as well. So start repeating those affirmations a few times during the day, and also make sure that you only try from 5 to 10 affirmations. Don't overwhelm your mind into so many affirmations that you already don't know what is going on, or like you start getting lost. So just do a few and change your affirmations every 21 days. If after 21 days you still feel that no, it is not, then continue. Sometimes maybe writing the affirmations a few times instead of just saying it, writing it and saying it in front of the mirror, those little things that is gonna help you. So but try a few affirmations. Don't overwhelm your brain yet, or your mind into many. Just take your mind as if it was a computer that is doing an upgrade, and every time you put a new things, then it requires more memory, right? So it can run faster. So I treat it like that you are upgrading the system in your brain. So once you switch your affirmations those 21 days, and if you feel that you need more work, then continue to say it. But this is the moment when it's fake it until you make it. Unless you are not feeling it, that you start feeling those feelings like, oh, this is BS, it is not worth it, it's not for me. Okay, so then go back to journal about why is it that you feel this way in reality about these affirmations, and how can you make it better for your brain to receive the information, right? And then go back to the, okay, maybe the skills that I said, it didn't actually feel well for me. So okay, what else can I say? So that because of this, then therefore this, right? So that is the process basically. And go back also to seeing yourself as someone that you really care and appreciate. And what would you be telling to that person, right? Well, if that person that woman that already has the financial life that you want, it shows up, what will she be telling to you, right? What will she be telling? Because she loves you and she cares for you. So take that approach from that point as well. So this is it for today's episode. And if you like it, please, you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe and leave me a comment. What do you think on this episode? Leave me a comment also on I have a question thing on Spotify. I don't know if it works on the Apple Podcast, but it's on Spotify for sure. And I'm gonna put all the links below. So thank you so much for watching this. I truly appreciate. I send you all the blessings, abundant blessings for you, so you can have it every time someone leaves me a comment. I send those blessings. I send that energy, that abundance for all of you. So thank you so much. And once again, it's a vivid thing you wouldn't understand. Bye.